The day the alien fleet arrived, I was fixing a broken coffee dispenser. That's how most life-changing events begin. I've learned. Not with heroism, not with destiny, but with something painfully ordinary. I was a junior xenolinguistics assistant assigned to Earth's United Planetary Embassy complex in Geneva. My job was simple: analyze fragments of alien transmissions intercepted over the past decade and try to make sense of them. We had never confirmed intelligent life beyond our solar system until the sky opened. The fleet appeared without warning, 7 colossal vessels unfolding from folds in space like metallic petals blooming in vacuum. They hung above Earth in perfect symmetry, casting shadows across continents. No weapons fired. No cities burned. They just waited. Global panic lasted 6 hours. Then the transmission came. A single figure appeared on every screen across the planet. She was tall, taller than any human, her skin a luminous silver with faint currents of blue light moving beneath it. Her eyes were a deep indigo, calm and unblinking. Behind her, banners of an unfamiliar sigil rippled in unseen wind. "I am Princess Aerith Vale," she said in flawless English, her voice layered with harmonic undertones. "Heir to the celestial dominion of Lethera." The world stopped breathing. "We do not come as conquerors," she continued. "We come in search of alliance. And I require a husband." The silence that followed might have been the quietest moment in human history. "I will choose one among you," she said. "A human male whose neural signature aligns with Lytharian royal biology. Without such union, my line ends. Without my line, my empire fractures. And if it fractures, war will spread across your quadrant." That's when the coffee machine exploded. Not dramatically. Just a small spark and a hiss of overheated circuitry. I cursed under my breath and crouched to fix it, while outside the window the world reeled from the alien princess's proposal. An hour later, my supervisor burst into the lab. "They've selected you." I blinked. Selected me for what? For her. The reason? I laughed. It was a reflex, a defense against absurdity. "Very funny," I said. "Who actually got chosen?" "Some genetically engineered astronaut. A diplomat." My supervisor didn't smile. "They requested full neural scans of every male between 25 and 35 with high cognitive adaptability scores. Your data match their parameters." "That's impossible. We've never shared that level of data." "They scanned us remotely." I stared at him. "That's illegal." "They're in orbit with ships larger than cities," he snapped. "I don't think they're concerned about our privacy laws." My legs felt suddenly weak. "You're telling me an alien princess needs a husband to prevent interstellar war, and somehow I'm the most compatible candidate?" "Yes. There are 8 billion people on this planet." "She didn't ask for the planet," he said quietly. "She asked for you." The arrival. 2 days later, I stood inside the United Nations Assembly Hall, flanked by armed guards and bewildered politicians. The air shimmered at the center of the chamber, and a column of light descended from the ceiling like liquid glass. Princess Aerith stepped out of it. She was even more imposing in person. Nearly 7 feet tall, clad in an iridescent gown that seemed woven from starlight. A circlet of crystalline metal rested upon her brow. Every camera in the world was trained on us. Her gaze scanned the room, then settled on me. "You're Daniel Arlen," she said. I swallowed. "Yes." She approached, her movements fluid and controlled. "You fear this," she observed. "Shouldn't I?" A faint curve touched her lips. "Yes." That wasn't comforting. "You claim you need a human husband," I said carefully. "Why?" Her expression shifted, not to irritation, but to gravity. The Litharian royal genome is symbiotic, she explained. For millennia, we have bound our line to allied species to maintain genetic stability and political unity. My father bound with a being from the Arcturian collective. My mother was Litharian. I am the last of my generation. And there are no other Litharians you can marry? Not without destabilizing the genome. Our science has determined that human neural plasticity and emotional range provide the precise stabilizing factor required. So this is biology, I said. And diplomacy, she replied. A union with Earth ensures your protection beneath Dominion law. Protection from what? She met my eyes. From those who would conquer you when they learn you are no longer alone. The offer. Negotiations lasted 3 days. The world debated ethics, autonomy, sovereignty. Meanwhile, I was subjected to scans, interviews, psychological evaluations, both human and alien. Princess Aerith requested private conversation on the 4th night. We met on a balcony overlooking Geneva's darkened skyline. You may refuse, she said without preamble. The simplicity of it startled me. I thought this was necessary to prevent war. It is, she said, but I will not coerce you. A forced bond destabilizes the genome. So romance is optional, I said weakly. A faint flicker of amusement passed through her eyes. Compatibility often breeds affection. That's not exactly poetic. It is efficient. I leaned against the railing. What happens if I say no? I return to Lithera. My council fractures. Civil war begins. Rival empires intervene. Eventually, your world becomes collateral. She said it calmly, like reciting weather patterns. And if I say yes, you leave Earth. The word struck harder than expected. Forever. Travel is possible, she said. But your life will not be ordinary. I laughed softly. I fix coffee machines. You decode languages no one else understands, she corrected. I looked at her. You've been studying me. Yes. That's unsettling. It is thorough. Silence stretched between us. Do you want this? I asked finally. Her gaze drifted toward the stars. I want my people to survive, she said. Desire is secondary. That honesty disarmed me more than any charm would have. Middle, Lithera. I agreed. History will debate whether I chose love, duty, fear, or curiosity. The truth is simpler. I chose possibility. The journey to Lithera took minutes through folded space, though it felt like falling through eternity. The planet that unfolded beneath us was breathtaking. Vast oceans of violet, continents threaded with luminous cities suspended above the ground by anti-gravitic fields. The palace floated above the capital like a shard of crystal pierced by sunlight. And I was to live there. The Litharian court did not welcome me warmly. Their nobility viewed me as primitive, fragile, biologically inferior. He will not survive the trials, one whispered openly. The trials? I asked Aerith later. She hesitated. It is tradition, she said. Before union, the chosen consort must endure 3 tests. Of course there are tests, I muttered. The first trial, mind. They placed me within a sphere of light. Litharian telepathy was not invasive but immersive. The first trial required me to withstand a convergence of minds without losing coherence. Imagine thousands of voices whispering at once, not words, but emotions. Grief, hope, ambition, fear. I nearly collapsed, but I remembered my work, years spent deciphering alien patterns. Instead of resisting, I listened. The noise became rhythm. The rhythm became structure. When the sphere dissolved, I was still standing. Murmurs rippled through the court. Aerith's gaze held something new. Respect. The second trial. Body. Litharians were stronger than humans by far. The second trial required me to navigate a shifting gravitational labyrinth, a chamber where physics itself bent unpredictably. I stumbled,
Fell.
bruised ribs, nearly blacked out. But I adapted. Humans were good at adapting. I timed the gravitational pulses, calculated trajectories, used momentum instead of brute strength. When I emerged, breathless and shaking, even the skeptics were silent. The third trial, heart. The final trial terrified me most. They presented a simulation, a vision of Earth burning under alien bombardment. You may end this, the voice of the council intoned. Renounce the Union. Return to your world. We will seek alliance elsewhere. The temptation was brutal. Go home. Avoid responsibility. But I saw something beneath the illusion.
Fear.
Their fear. I won't abandon you, I said quietly. Not because I'm obligated, but because I chose this. The simulation dissolved. Aerith stood before me, eyes luminous. You have passed, she said. The threat. The wedding was scheduled beneath Lithera's twin moons. But peace never lasts in stories like this. On the eve of our union, Dominion defense grids detected incoming vessels. The Zereth Imperium, an expansionist empire long restrained by Litharian power. Without a stable heir, Lithera appeared vulnerable. They test us, Aerith said. You said our marriage would secure alliance, I replied.
It will, she said.
But not if we fall before it is complete. I looked at the fleet descending toward her world. What can I do? She stepped closer. Stand with me. Ending the Union. The ceremony moved forward despite the looming threat. Litharian unions were not merely symbolic. They were biological synchronization events, two neural signatures merging into harmonic balance. As we stood beneath the moons, energy fields encircling us, Zereth warships breached the outer defense perimeter. Explosions lit the horizon. Proceed, Aerith commanded. Light enveloped us. I felt her mind, not as invasion, but invitation. Her loneliness, her strength, her relentless burden. She felt me, uncertainty, humor, stubborn humanity. The bond locked into place. Across the planet, Litharian citizens felt it. A stabilizing wave rippled outward. Defense grids surged to full capacity. The Zereth fleet faltered as Dominion reinforcements, previously hesitant, pledged immediate loyalty to the United Throne. Power, real, tangible, flowed through our connection. Not destructive. Anchoring. The invasion retreated within hours. Silence fell over Lithera once more. Later, standing on the palace balcony, I looked out at a world that was now partly mine. You could have chosen someone stronger, I said. I did, Aerith replied. I smiled faintly. I'm still just a human. She turned to face me. You are more, she said. You are the bridge. Earth entered a new era that day, not as a subordinate world, but as allied partner to a galactic empire. And I, once a man fixing coffee machines, became consort to a princess who needed a human husband not for romance alone, but for survival. Do I miss my old life? Sometimes. But when I look at her, at the strength in her gaze no longer shadowed by isolation, I know I made the right choice. Because she did not point at me like a possession. She chose me, and I chose her.